what's up? What's up, my fellow parents? Hey, what a juicy title we have today. What a juicy McJuicerson title. When your kid or your teen lies to you, plays dumb, denies the truth, or won't accept responsibility. I think for some parents, Jordan, this is the most painful part of parenting for them because they have a kid who's doing this. They don't
Yeah.
really know what to do. They don't have it hurts them so much. It breaks connection, it breaks trust, and they just need tools. They need ideas. They need ways of getting around this. I mean, has that ever happened to you where your kids are a little lying?
It's happening more and more, man. I'm in the little white lie category right
Okay,
now where it's like, hey guys, go upstairs, shower,
okay.
make sure you brush your teeth. They'll come down and did you brush your teeth? Yeah. Did you? Yeah. Did you? No. Okay. Well, it took me 3 times
Oh,
to figure that I knew you
yeah,
didn't the whole time,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or, make your bed, or
Uh-huh.
did you wash your hair when you're in the shower, or did you do your homework? I don't have any homework.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Are you sure? Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have any homework. We get an email the next day. Hey,
Yeah.
your son did do their homework. I thought I
Yes.
asked you that, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's important for us to make sure they know that they're in the wrong,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to shame them. But, as you were saying that, the sad thing is our society doesn't give, um, it doesn't there's no responsibility to big companies, government, or, coming out and saying, I'm sorry is an extremely rare thing
Yeah.
that you hear in the
Yeah.
public.
Yeah.
It's denied, denied, denied,
Yeah.
denied, denied,
Yeah.
and then lawsuits, lawsuits, lawsuits.
Right.
And you never be like, hey, you know what? My bad.
Yeah.
And now we're asking our kids, like, hey, you need to cough up and say when it was your bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's such a double-edged
Yeah, well
sword.
said. Yeah. Well, one of the reasons why is because our kids are never going to take a class on how to be honest. They're never going to take a class on the psychology of why people lie and why people wear masks. And so parents or teachers in every home of the school. So guys, Jordan and I are here to give you some good tools on how you can teach honesty, guide your kids
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
honesty, not playing dumb,
Right.
and really owning their own stuff. That's what we did here because this is tough. That's a tough topic.
It is tough. The big thing I try to do is just remind them, you don't have to lie
Yeah,
to me. You're going to want to,
that's good.
but just remember, if I'm asking you a serious question and I say, hey, the truth matters right
Mm-hmm.
now, you won't get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to make sure that I'm stepping up to the plate and not getting them in trouble. If it's a serious
Yeah.
situation, I'm like, I need you to tell the
Yep.
truth, right?
Yep.
Like these little fibs, oh, I didn't do that. I can get around right now. It's okay. But if it's a big one, that could really sting and ultimately could really alter the child and alter the relationship with you and
Oh,
your
well,
child.
here's what we're going to do today. This is going to be a really, really juicy episode. I'm going to tell you three real stories of situations that have arisen with my clients. And what I have found is that I have this really incredible VIP membership, where I work with parents um, every day and coaching them, meeting with them on Zoom, guiding them, giving them tools to solve their problems. My thesis statement for the membership is, hey, let me give you the tools you need for your specific kids in your specific
Yep.
situation. You'll use those tools, good things will happen, and then you won't need me anymore. So I'm going to tell you three stories that all have to do with lying, playing dumb, denying the truth, or not respecting responsibility. And I'm going to tell you what I did with these families. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear
Well,
this if they actually came out and coughed it
I'm a
up.
little nervous to tell you this because I value confidentiality so much, and I don't normally talk about my members on this podcast, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to change their names, change some details. I will always
Sure.
protect people's confidentiality. But the cool thing about these three stories is these are like everyday real life stories that could happen to you or me. These are really common
Sure.
situations. All right. All right. So I'm a little nervous because I really want to make sure I don't mess up my words and keep confidentiality. But are you ready for this? All right,
Please.
man.
This will be interesting. I know we're going to learn
All
something
right.
here. So what do you
All right.
got?
And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you what you can do, action steps you as a really great loving parent can do to respond when your kid lies to you, plays dumb, and how to create a home culture where they're not lying to you and they are accepting responsibility. And here we go. All right, story number 1. Ready? All right, you're a parent and you got a 14-year-old high school student and you get a letter from the vice principal. And the vice principal
Ooh.
says, hey, there was a fight at school and your son was involved. and you're not down for this. And
No.
the email says more that, hey, there was this big fight, and what happened was is that your son and his friends were involved in talking negatively, talking crap about a girl, about someone's girlfriend to the
Mhm.
boyfriend,
Mhm.
calling her X, Y, and Z and calling her names.
Sure. Names.
And
Yep.
then the boyfriend was defending the girlfriend's honor, and a
Sure.
fight got involved. And your son wasn't in
Okay.
the fight, but he was in the
But
group
help
that was
that
saying the mean
mean
things. And
things.
the
Okay.
parent comes to me and says, I need some tools for this,
Right.
because how we would normally handle this is not good. I'm just very
Oh, the parent
Yeah,
said
I'm
that.
normally a very reactive parent. What I would normally do is,
Yep.
hey, I got this email from your teacher. This is what happens. You're punished here. This is what's going on. I don't want to
Right.
hear it. And what would normally happen is, even if I do handle this in a nice, kind way, my son normally plays dumb.
Okay.
And he'll say, like, you know what, that wasn't even me. I wasn't even
Sure.
there.
How easy would it be in a situation like this where the kid could pawn it off on Drew or Alex or
Mhm.
John? They were all doing it. I was just standing there. I didn't
Exactly. It's
say
not
anything,
me.
right? It's
I
so
wasn't even
easy.
involved. I don't even know
Yeah.
why I'm in the email.
Right.
And then you as a
Right.
parent are like,
I didn't throw a
it's a he
punch. Right.
shed, she sheds situation. And you feel like, and here we go again.
Right.
Like, I can't connect with this kid because
Yes.
they just play done, or they deny anything. All right.
All right. So first off, shout out to the parent who had the know-it-all to email you, because I would have probably been reactionary. So what
Yeah.
did
So it's not
you do
email.
from
This
this
is all
point?
live Zoom. My VIP members get
Oh, okay.
they get
Okay.
a
Good.
lot of support. They can contact me 7 days a week. So, okay. So before I tell you what I did, let me tell you the second story. All right. Because they all are kind of
Oh,
all
okay.
connected. Is that okay with you? Okay. Number
Yes.
two.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. 10-year-old girl who's got a history of lying and stealing from her mom. I'm talking a lot of lies.
Mm,
Like, hey, did you eat the cookie? No. Did you do your homework?
right.
Yes. Did you take a bath? Yes. Right. That's what you're talking about.
Did you take money from my
Right.
wallet? Right. I get it.
And now the latest situation is that they went camping, and after the camping trip, the mother found some Hershey's bars, 10 bars, stashed in the 10-year-old room, right? And she knows
Yep.
right away that the 10-year-old stole the Hershey bars, right?
Right.
What would you have done in that
Yeah.
situation?
Well, you know it's there, and you ask them, "Hey, do you know where the Hershey's went that I had
Right.
here?" And you try to frame them
Classic.
so that they can get caught in their
Yeah,
lie.
classic. Yeah. Yep. What
Classic.
else could a parent do in that situation?
Um,
Like a normal, everyday, great parent.
hey, Sophia, I'm gonna ask you something right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a chance to tell me the truth,
Mm-hmm.
or you have a chance to lie to me.
Yep.
I want you to know that I know the truth. So this is up to you whether you want to tell the truth or
Yeah. Yeah.
not.
Yep. Yep.
Did you happen to take those Hershey bars
Yep. Just framing it like that.
and wait
Yep.
to see what they
Okay.
say?
Cool. All right. All right. And store.
And then you leave it on them where they're like, "Oh man, what do I do?"
And this mother comes to me, and I'll tell you an update, because she tells me, Sean, I've been using the tools that you've been giving me, and they're working big time.
They're working with a
Yeah,
10-year-old.
big time.
Oh, that's great
Big
to hear.
time.
Great foreshadowing here.
Yeah.
Okay, good,
But here's a
good.
twist. Um, in the past, I would ask her, are you lying? And she would still lie. She would double down, triple down.
Of
So now I'm
course.
using your new
Because
tools.
once you dug that hole, man, you can't get out of it. You got to keep digging,
Yeah. So I'm using the tools you've
right?
given me. And I'll tell you what some of the tools are. And she's admitting that she did it really quick and
That's
really sweet.
amazing.
It's really amazing. It's really amazing. But now I'm wondering, what do I do from here? Because she's still
I
lying,
know, right?
right?
Because she's
She's
telling the
still,
truth, right?
so at least she's not doubling down, but she's still lying
Right.
and stealing.
Still lying.
So it's like, what do I
It's
do
a work in
here?
progress.
Right? So I'll
Right.
tell
It's
you
a work
some
in progress.
advice. I'll tell you what I did to coach her. And third story. Third
Okay.
stories, these are
Okay.
juicy. All right, ready? Okay, now I don't know the details of the story, so I'm going to have to guess because the father, he didn't go into details. But imagine you have a middle school
Okay.
child who plays football. You actually did play
Okay.
football. And this middle school football team did something very, very bad. I don't know what they did, but they sang a song that had inappropriate racial lyrics in the song, something like that.
Sure.
And
Okay.
I just had to
Yep.
guess what it means. I guess it was very racist. And I'm maybe
Okay.
guessing that maybe the song had the N word in it. I don't know because
Right.
there's so many rap songs that have the N word in it. But the dad came to me as, look, I know my son was involved. I got a letter
Yeah.
from the coaches, the teachers, and people
Right.
involved. But I just know my son that if I go and approach him with this, he's going to totally deny it. He's gonna lie. He say,
Or he's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm standing with my team in this
no,
situation."
that's not what the kid.
Right.
That's just not what the dad said. I just want to keep that part accurate. He's gonna say I didn't sing the song. It
Okay.
wasn't me. He's gonna lie.
Oh,
And I
okay.
know my son because this is his
Okay.
pattern. He has a tendency to lie. So if you're listening here, here's some good news. Okay, your kid playing dumb, lying to you, saying, I don't know, or you didn't tell me. That's what playing dumb is. Or you didn't tell me, or I didn't know, or I
How was I
forgot.
supposed
I
to know?
forgot.
Right.
No one
Yeah.
reminded me. Or no, it wasn't. No, the teacher didn't make that clear. See, they're
Yeah.
just like playing dumb, but that it's just their, here's, first thing to think
They
about.
don't want to take
Yeah.
responsibility. Yeah.
First thing you want to think about in this situation is you want to take a breath and you want to regulate yourself because this type of stuff can really push parents' buttons, dog. Like
Yeah. It pushed mine.
feeling deceived for
Oh
some
yeah.
parents, that gets up their craw, dog.
Yeah.
Feeling
It can
disconnected,
get
feeling like my child's just minimizing me, blowing me off, that gets parents acting crazy.
Now I was not were you a liar as a kid?
Uh,
I wasn't. I told
definitely,
the truth a
definitely.
lot.
Big liar.
You definitely were a
Big
liar.
liar. Yeah.
There was something with me where I felt wrong. Now there has been a couple of times in my life where I've lied
Mm-hmm.
and then I had to keep lying. And it was terrible because I lied the initial time and I can't tell truth now. It's too far gone and I have to keep lying
Tell us the
deeper
story.
and deeper. Well, there's a ton. I'll tell you one that's more lighthearted.
Okay.
And hopefully the dude I lied to isn't listening to this podcast because he'd show up at my doorstep
Oh
and probably
wow! Wow. You
strangle
gonna change
me.
his name? Or are you gonna keep
But
the
do you
name? Are you
remember
gonna
back in high
let's see?
school, Sean Don was my, mentor hanging out with us, and we'd go TP kids' houses
Mm-hmm.
on Friday nights.
Oh
We'd
my
go and
gosh! I think I know where you're going with
do
this story.
innocent TPing.
Oh
And
no!
we did one person's
Oh
house
no!
specifically, and his dad was not one to mess with.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And there was a situation where we TP the
Okay.
house. Days later, that dad of the boy
Mm-hmm.
walked up to me
Mm-hmm.
and said, "I'm going to look you right in the eye, son,
Oh god!
and I need you to tell me,
Intimidating.
were you a part of
And he
this?
was very
Do
intimidating.
not lie to me. I'm going to look in your eyes right now and I'm going to tell, were you part of this?" And my heart was thumping. It'd be like playing poker. You're playing a hold'em tournament. You get pocket aces, and there's two aces
My
down. Your
gosh!
blood vessels are going, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh! I hope I'm not showing telltale signs because I'm so guilty right now. I've
Mm.
got the pocket pair. I
Ah!
definitely was there. I definitely threw toilet paper." And I looked him in the eye, and I was like, "I was, I was not there." And I even think I said, "I promise," which is just so terrible. You can't do that.
Ah,
I lied so
what a
much.
lie.
I just didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to get in trouble.
And you didn't want to deal with the
And so I
emotional
don't know if I've ever
wrath
come clean. I've never come clean.
because I think I know the man you're referring to. Very intimidating man, right?
Yes.
And
Oh, yeah. You don't mess
if
around.
there's do's and don'ts on how to talk to a child or teenager to get them to be honest with you, he did all the don'ts.
Oh, really? Because I was like, I should probably just fess up because
No,
I'm about to get in
no,
trouble. But I,
no.
I,
He
I
did the don't.
didn't. I still
You let
lied.
no because he did the don'ts. He
Yeah.
didn't he didn't create an emotional safe environment for you to be honest.
Right. No, I thought I was gonna get slapped if I
Right.
said
He
yes.
didn't like he
So
thought he was doing a good thing. but he just clearly doesn't understand psychology or people because he's
Right.
like coming at you.
So in that case, we should come with a soft heart and we should okay, so I like your first tip there. We need to create an
Mhm.
emotional safe space in order to get the child to come
Well,
clean.
you did that already 20 minutes ago. You gave us this tip. When you said, "Hey, you're not going to get in trouble. I just want to know the truth." What you're doing there is imagine if he were to say that to you with a gentle tone. Here he is, a big dude. Hey, man, you're not going to get in trouble. Maybe a little smile on his face. Like, hey, I used
Right.
to be a
I think
teenager.
it's
I
funny. It
used to
was
be a teenager
funny.
too. Just the curiosity is driving me nuts. You're a good kid, man.
Yes, I would have said
You're
yes in that situation. You're
right.
right. I would have
You're
been
not
like,
going to
"Yep."
get in
And then he would have
trouble.
said, "Okay, you can come clean up." Right.
Right. You're not going to get in trouble. You cleaning up TP is not trouble, right? It's a consequence, but it's like let's say
Right.
worst case scenario, you go and you clean up TP from a dude's house for 30 minutes with your friends. That's
Right.
fun, and he's giving you
Right.
lemonade because he's a cool dad.
You're
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Gosh. Um,
So tell me how did you coach these parents to be cool when they were
right.
obviously
And if you're
not?
listening here at home, I'm going to give you some action steps. And here's two big themes that I want you to think about. You could even take notes. The first theme is this is that if you need any tools for your parenting, just come and join me in the VIP membership. Just come. It's an investment of your time and your resources, but it will change your life. And I can help you with your specific kids. Number two, I want you to know that these are general tools that you can use with your kids at any age. And so, even though we're going to be talking about a 14-year-old getting in a fight, a 10-year-old lying and stealing Hershey's, and a football team, just remember these things when it happens with your kids, and you're going to see huge outcomes. I can't wait to tell you. Are you ready? Okay. All right.
Yes,
All right. So,
please.
let's go with the first story. All right. The first story is this. Here's what here's a little snip of the coaching I did on a live Zoom. Um, you wanted to pretend to be a 14-year-old boy?
Hold on. In this live Zoom, was it just you and the dad, or was the kid there too?
No, no kids. In the VIP membership, it's a
Okay.
small, intimate group of just 5 parents
Okay.
to a larger group would be 15 parents. It's very intimate and
Okay.
it
So you're
happens quite a
coaching
bit.
the parent only. Got it.
So, can you just pretend to be like a 14-year-old boy? And instead of me just telling you,
Oh yeah.
and unless you just telling you the tips, like, bullet point style, I'm just going to show you some things. Is that cool? And then I
Okay.
want you to,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into all the tips that I gave this man for the sake of time because we have 2 other stories to go to. I'm just going to show you some of them. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I knock on your door. Hey, man. Hey, buddy. Hey, son. Hey, can we chat?
Hey, dad. Yeah.
Hey,
What's up?
hey, got this email. Um, I got this email from your teacher about the whole fight thing. And when you're ready, would love to talk to you about it. I got your back. I love you. I just really want to know what happened. I'm super curious. And this is a kid that
Um,
normally, remember, play character. This is a kid that has a tendency
of lying.
to denying the truth. And right, so not straight up lies, but
Right.
kind of like playing dumb, denying the
Yeah.
truth, minimizing, right?
Okay. So, what fight, dad? There's fights at school all the
Yeah.
time. What are you talking
Hey,
about?
man. So I just want you to know that fights happen, and I'm not going to be judging you. I just, I like your friends. I like you. Things get crazy in middle school sometimes. I heard it had to do with the girl. And so when you're,
Oh, you're talking about Samantha and
yeah.
Charlie, that
So
fight?
yeah, obviously, yes. Yeah, obviously it happened today. I got your teacher. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the dude, Samantha's boyfriend came up and hit John, and I wasn't a part of it. They just got in a fight in some tuffle, and I was just kind of sitting there. I did the email say I was part of it? I didn't throw a punch. I wasn't fighting at
It
all.
did. It did. But this is why I want to talk to you about it because you're my son.
Yeah, no, I was not a part. I
Cool.
did not
Cool.
fight.
I know you didn't fight. But before you tell me anything, I just want you to know like, you're not going to be in trouble. I know how complicated these things can be with girls, fights, middle school kids. And I just want you to tell me the truth because I got your back. But I'm very, very
Okay, well,
curious to see. So you don't need to lie to me. You can just keep it real with me. And I'd rather you just tell me the truth.
Samantha was being mean to my buddy John,
Uh-huh.
and John got mad, and so he just said, you know, "Screw you, Samantha." And then her boyfriend just came up and hit John, and then it just started a brawl, and I just backed away,
Okay.
and I wasn't a part of it. But they,
Okay.
you know, they got in a
All
fight.
right. All right. I'll do one more tool. So yeah, I think that the email talked about how you or your group of friends were saying like really horrible things about the girlfriend, calling her names, how she looks. And I don't know if you did that or not. You can tell me if you did or not, because if you did do it, then you can tell me, because I know that that's not really who you are. Like, you're great with your female cousins. I know you respect girls. I know you don't normally go around calling girls horrible names. But I also know that when you can get caught up in the heat of the moment with your buddies, you can do things that maybe you wouldn't normally do, right? By calling names. So if you did that, you can just tell me and we can talk about it, because I wouldn't judge you, because I know it must have been really tempting, right?
Yeah, that okay. So as I pause my
That's
character,
positive.
you really opened up the
Mm-hmm.
door for me to be vulnerable here. But if I'm a known to beat around the bush kind of guy, I'm gonna go one more time and say back into character, Dad, I didn't
Okay.
say anything. I didn't
Okay.
say anything to her.
Okay, man. Hey, if that's what you're telling me, then I believe you. I just want you to know, like, if you did, I don't judge you. You're 14, 15, you're growing, and you can tell me these things. And I just want you to know that anytime I get a letter from the principal or a teacher, I'm always going to like take it with a grain of salt. And I'm going to check in with you first. And I want you to know that if anything were to happen at a school or principal or anybody outside this house, like, I'll support you. That doesn't mean like I'm going to save you or rescue you, but like, you can trust me that you can come to me and you don't have to go through this stuff alone.
Okay, I'm out of character. That was really good, man.
Okay.
Ha-
Well, let's,
I would
yeah.
I would have a hard time as a parent getting through, let's call that a script, even though it's not. Getting through all that. That was really good at what you did. That would take me some practice.
Let's to try to be helpful, what were some of the big takeaways you saw me do there? And then I'll tell you the things that I want to make a point of.
Okay, so the first thing was you came to the table with immediate headline, right? Which was, "Hey, I received an email about this.
Mm-hmm.
When you want to talk about it, I would love to chat about it." So you left the door open right
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
And then it gave the child time to beat around the bush. And then as they're beating around the bush, you got a little deeper. It's like,
yeah,
"Listen, well, the email says that you were involved and I get it,
yeah,
things get heated." And so then you kept keeping the door open and allowing time for the child to respond. You kept reinforcing the, "This is a safe space, this is a safe space, this is a safe space."
yeah,
And then you go the next step, "I have your back, I will trust you,
yeah,
you're my number one, you can tell me." And you know what, in this situation, this kid could have continued to
yeah.
lie, but I feel like even if they did, that's gonna get with them and stay with them for the next lie.
Mhm.
And so the next lie, they might be more willing to tell the
Yeah.
truth. Maybe on this one, they keep
Oh,
lying,
so brilliant. Yeah, maybe they're not ready to
but
be
that's
honest right
okay.
now. You're
Right.
passing their test. So the next time if you were to show
Yes.
up this way, the chances of them being
And you do
honest
it again,
is going to go way up.
it might go way
Okay,
up. And over time, this will just slowly chip away the
let me
lying
tell you about the
wall.
Hershey girl, but next. And let me tell you some things if you're taking notes at home. The first thing I did is I had a really soft startup. Like, hey, I want to talk to you about this when the time is right. Number two is I kept having a tone and a vibe of emotional safety. It's okay. You can tell me the truth. It's all good. I
Mhm.
spent some time
Mhm.
validating him. So I imagined, if my son did do this, why would he do that? And would it make sense? And it actually would make sense that any middle school or high school boy would get caught up in the peer pressure and do something that's out of his character, right?
What if just to pause you there, what if you had the kid that was like, "You know what, Dad, I did. I hate her.
Mm-hmm.
She is vile and I wish she were to blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Like, what if you had someone that just truly hated, let's say,
Ooh.
this
Yeah.
girl in
Well,
this case?
that would be
That'd be much.
that would be like the first thing I think about would be, connection before correction. How do you really connect with
Okay.
them? Because connection means validation, and it's hard to validate somebody when they're saying or doing something that you don't agree with. But if you don't
Right,
validate,
right.
if you don't have empathy, then you won't have connection. If you don't have connection, you can't do
Okay.
teaching. So yeah,
Okay, okay,
maybe they're
okay.
just caught up in that moment, and we got to coach them, because what you have there is a value system problem.
Right.
He has his reasons for doing that, and it clashes with your values. So that would be like, that's for a different podcast about how we can
No, but it's
build
just
values
I
in our
see what you're
kids.
saying.
Yes. And then what
Correct.
I really did there is something really interesting.
And you did that by when you said, "I know you treat your cousins well. I know
Okay.
you're great to
So
women." That was
so yeah, what
good.
I did there is I really spoke identity into them. Like, this is who you are. Like, I don't say,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're just a liar. Oh, this is what you do. You want to be known
Right.
as a bully, as a misogynist."
Right.
Like, I'm speaking truth and goodness over him, because I see if he were to do that, that's not who he is.
Yes.
He is a
That's
guy
great.
who is worthy of having kindness towards women. And then I also, one thing I hope we're not doing too much here is, just really building trust. Like, you can trust me, because when I say I have your back, if you think of it this way, there's like a lot of people on the planet, and most people don't give a crap about your child. In a time of
Right.
crisis, with principals, police officers, everybody's going to turn on your child.
Right.
But does your child have one or two people in the whole world that will say, "Hey, I have your back. For the good,
Right.
the bad, and the ugly, I will hear you out. And even if it gets ugly, I will be there for you." That is so
Yeah.
key, because if your child is lying to you, what it means is that you have possibly failed or struggled as a parent to sending them their message, like, you can trust me to have your back and to hear you out. Right. So,
Before we move on to the other
yeah.
two examples, are you allowed to tell us what the outcome is with this
No,
one so far?
it just happened. I think he actually
Oh, it just
texted.
happened.
I
Okay.
texted with the parent that night, and I asked him, "How did it go?" He said it went okay, a lot better than it would have
Okay.
normally taken place. But we're going to continue. We're going to continue the conversation another day or tomorrow. So that's what he said back to
Yeah.
me in a text.
Yeah, because this is gonna be, one of those, it takes time for both the child to open up to you and
Yeah,
for you to get good at coaching them to open up to you because it's not normal for us.
exactly. What leads us to our point about the Hershey story.
Yeah, okay.
So here's the coaching that um, I asked. I asked the other parents in the group, let's give some coaching and some advice towards the mom with the daughter of the Hershey's. And
Yeah.
this one, this is what we all agreed. Exactly what you just said. What I said to her is, look, what you have here is, you have progress. You have a young child who's clearly getting better at being honest. And here's what the mother did. The mother did this. You ready for this? The mother never verbally confronted the child on this topic. Here's what she did. She took a little bit of one of the Hershey bars, and she put it in the little girl's lunch box with a note.
What?
And the
What?
note said something sweet, like, "I love you so much. I hope you have a great day. Please know you don't need to steal things from me. You just need to ask, and I will give them to you. So please be honest with me." That's what it said, something like that.
Oh my gosh, that is so good, Sean.
And I said, "That's such a brilliant idea. I can't believe you did that." And
That
she said,
is a
"Because you
brilliant
gave me the idea." And I was like, "No, I didn't. I didn't." She's like, and I just give
Yeah, I
me,
would have
I
never
didn't
thought
give
of
her the
that.
idea, but I just gave her the idea of thinking differently about addressing. And so the tool
Right.
she's been using, one of the tools she's been using with her daughter, is her daughter will lie to her. And let's just play it out. And I'll show you the tool right now. "Hey, hey, honey, you can tell me the truth. Did you steal the Hershey bars on camping?"
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. "Do you want to think about your answer and try again?" with a smile. I'm saying
I
now is the time to tell the truth. Do you want to think about your answer and try again?
Mom, I didn't steal the
No, no.
candy.
Now she says yes. This is
Oh, she said, "Okay, Mom.
yeah.
Yes, I had a
Okay.
piece of Hershey's."
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for telling me the truth. Thank you. You've been doing this a lot recently, honey. Well, I'll say, like, do you want to try again? Then you tell me the truth. I'm really glad you're telling me the truth.
Well,
Yeah, it
thank
means
you.
a lot to me. You should be pretty proud of yourself. I know
Okay.
it's really hard for you to tell the truth, isn't it? Yeah.
Sometimes.
But you're really getting better.
'Cause
You're
I don't
really getting better at it. You're
Yeah.
really improving, and you should be really proud of yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you could go back in time when you looked at the Hershey's, instead of thinking I should steal these and hide them, what would be a better choice instead?
I should ask
Yeah.
you.
And do you trust me? Do you trust me that I
Yes.
love you and that if you really want Hershey's, I will give them to you? Right. Okay,
Yes.
so what do we do there?
You opened up the table by giving her another chance to come clean with a smile
Yeah.
and saying, "This is a safe place. You want to tell me
Yeah.
again?"
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
you basically were doing a really good job at teaching in the moment about how it's so easy just to say, "Hey, can I have some
Hmm.
chocolate?" And I'll say
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, because what the girl is doing is she's dealing with impulsivity. She's impulsively lying and stealing, but then we're giving her a chance to slow down. We're teaching her how to slow her brain down to not do
Yeah.
impulsive choices. Third story. Okay. Can you pretend to be now a middle school dude, football player? You ready?
Okay.
And I want you to just.
Hey, Dad, my voice is changing.
All right. So now this kid denies a lot of things and lies to his dad's face. So he's going to try something new. Here's the tools. And I want you to just, on this role playing, I just want you to open up, okay? But start off by not opening up and then open up when I use the
Okay.
tools, okay?
Okay.
Hey, buddy. Hey, man, can we talk about what happened with the football team today in the song?
The song?
Yeah.
What song?
Yeah. So no, you're not. So don't play dumb. You're gonna play.
So I
You're gonna
know.
deny it.
I'm very
Okay.
okay.
Hey,
Okay.
can we talk about what happened with the whole team singing that song and the coach and everyone? Now it's a big deal.
What about it?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask you in a few minutes if you sing the song, and I just want you to know I love you. If you sing the song, I don't judge you. You're not in trouble, but I do want to talk to you about the song. So when I ask you,
It's not a bad
right, when
song.
I ask you about it, I just I just don't want you to lie to me, okay? I want you to either say pass, I'm not ready to answer, or I want you to just tell me the truth if you sing the song or not. All right? Because I know what I heard in the email is that everyone sang the song and you're one of them. And so in a minute, don't answer now. I'm going to ask you if you sang the song, okay?
Okay. But what the song? Okay.
Because the song does have those bad words in it. We don't say those words.
Yeah, but every song's got bad words in
Right,
it.
right, right. Not every song, but what I heard, and I wasn't there, I heard that the football team sang this song and it was really wrong and racist. And all the parents have got to talk to the players about it. And I just want to talk to you about it, you know, when you're ready. Okay? First
Okay.
off, let me tell you something real quick. At football, do the coaches talk about how you're a big family, you're a team, you got to be one? Do they talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta set up your block for your teammates so that they
Mm-hmm.
can score it. We
Yep.
all there for each other.
And are there team captains on the team? And do they
Yes.
have a big role on the team?
Well, yeah. You've got John, who's the main linebacker, and you've got Charlie, who's the quarterback.
Yep. Yep. And I gotta guess that if the big personalities on the team, the captains, quarterback, the star linebacker, if they were to start doing something to rally the team, aren't you guys trained as a big football team to like follow the lead of the main players? Aren't you guys trained to do that?
Sure.
Right. So I
Yep.
got to guess that, especially in football, you're trained to be a follower. That if your coach or the captains of the team start rallying the team together, that's got to be like, you should easy to just follow along. It's like you're trained to follow along,
Totally.
right?
We're a group.
You're a group. That's what you're trained to be,
We're a team.
right?
Yep.
So it makes sense to me that if there's one or two guys that are trying to sing a song, it'd be easy to be like, all right, let's all sing it together and not really think it through what the lyrics say and just to fit in line like a good soldier, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't there, but I'm guessing that if the football team is getting in trouble for singing a racist song, it probably happened something like that, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, once everyone starts singing it, you just join
Right.
along.
So you sang along, right?
Yeah. Everyone sing
Yeah,
along.
yeah. All right. Well, hey, thank you for telling me the truth. Thank you for telling me the truth. All right, what'd you see me do there?
Well, my question to you is you led with the song, which then already puts them at at like a guarding position. Should you have led with just like everything else and then come to him and
Oh,
said, "Hey, did you end up singing
well,
a
so
song?"
you think I should have done a softer startup?
No, I'm asking. You came with the headline like, "Hey, I know you sang the song. You can tell me if you want, but I'm going to ask you later." And then you get
Mm.
into this story about being part of a team.
Oh, okay.
Should you have done the team first and
Yeah,
then said,
maybe.
"Okay, hey,
Yeah, maybe. I think
okay,
what I did there is, here's something I've learned, that if you have a child who um, has a tendency to lie or play dumb, it can be
right.
sometimes helpful if you just let them know, I'm about to ask you a question. Not right now, but in
Okay.
about a minute to 5 minutes, I'm going to ask you. So
Okay.
before you answer, it gives them time to simmer and decide if they're going to lie or not. And then I take
All
that
right.
1 to 5 minutes to soften them up, to make it
Right.
easy for them to say the truth. Like, they
I like
play.
that. That's a
Like,
good
let's go
method.
back.
Yeah.
Let's do some role playing. Okay, I want you to pretend to be 14-year-old Jordan who just TP'd a house. And now a huge dude is going to come up to you. Hey, Jordan, right? Jordan.
Right.
Hey, how's
Yeah.
it going, man?
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, just want to say hi to you, chat with you about
How you
something.
doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh,
Yeah, I know my
what's
son
up?
really likes you. I heard the coaches really like you. I heard you're a good player.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Hey, in a minute, I want to chat with you about my house got TP'd, and
Oh
and
no.
I'm just like kind of curious who it was. I'm not upset. TPing is something that teenagers do, and in a minute, I just want to chat with you about it. If you know anything about it, but before you answer, I just want to let you know, man. Um, you can tell me the truth. You're not going to get in trouble. I'm just really curious about who TP'd my house and kind of handling it, because I know that any
Yeah.
friend of my anybody on this team, anybody on my son's team, they're on my team, and we're all a team. We work out stuff together. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
What position
Yeah.
do you play on the team?
A wide
Oh, that's
receiver?
cool. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
saw you. You had a touchdown last game.
Um, I wish, but yeah,
Yeah.
thanks,
Yeah.
man.
It's cool. Yeah. I love watching you out there. I love my son speaks highly of you.
No, he's the best, man. We have a great time
It's
together.
cool. Yeah. So, all right, man. Just curious. Just curious.
I
You
don't
can
know.
tell
I don't
me.
know.
Did you TV
I don't know who
did you TV
TP'd
my
you.
house? It's okay. You can tell me the truth. You don't need to lie to me. I'm just curious. Just please be honest. Come on. Come on. Did you TV my house?
Dude, right now at a 38-year-old adult, I have butterflies in my stomach just remembering this.
Oh, really? It's bringing you back.
I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, what do I say? What
It's
do I
bringing you
say?"
back.
No, no, I don't know. I don't know. I probably would have still said like, "I don't know who did it.
Okay.
I don't
Hey, that's
know. I've
okay.
been so
Okay.
nervous." But
Hey. Hey,
I feel more
if
comfortable.
you I believe you that you didn't TP. But I just want to let you know that if you did, just tell my son or tell me. You're not getting in trouble. I'm just curious. All right. All
Okay.
right.
Yes, I did. I
You
was
did?
there.
Okay.
Sean Don forced me. He forced me to TP your house.
Dude, was it me? I actually drove you? Is that true? Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah, you were there.
gosh. I was driving. Was I driving my
That was good
good
times.
time
You're Jeez, I don't remember at that time what you were driving.
driving? I had a Ford Expedition. Maybe I was driving that.
There was one time we had a van and we were TPing a dude's house and his parents came out and you had one of those loudspeakers and you're like, "Shh,
A megaphone?
this
I had a
is," and you,
megaphone?
yeah, the megaphone, and we said it was someone else. Like, it
So,
was so
what was
funny.
your
Those are good
takeaways?
times, man. Good
What was your
memories.
takeaways from the football story? What did you stood out to you?
You know, that's similar to the fighting story too, where it's like you're involved in this bigger thing. It's not just the one kid with one
Yeah.
incident, like the kid stealing chocolate
Yeah.
or shoot could be stealing vodka from your cupboard.
Mm,
It's like that was more of a
yeah.
group effort, and you led with the headline and you kept it soft. You gave them time to think about it, and then you made sure that they knew that it was going to be a safe thing. The chocolate was great because you did a complete 180
Mhm.
and they put the chocolate in there saying, if you want this, you can have it. You don't have to lie to me.
Right.
And I thought that was
Mhm.
brilliant. I had a coworker, him and another coworker were kind of getting into it a little
Okay.
bit. And I was like, you guys need to stop. And then one coworker's like, I know what I'm going to do. And instead of getting into it, he went and bought him like lunch. He's like, hey, dude, here you
Mhm.
go. And I was like, dude, that was
Yeah.
genius,
Yeah.
and it totally softened
Soften.
everything and everything was cool
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the biggest takeaways there is just it's validation. Mr. Rogers
Yeah.
once said in an interview with Oprah, when Oprah asked him, "What's one of the biggest mistakes that parents make?" You might have seen the clip; it's gone viral on social media. And Mr. Rogers says, "You know what we do as parents is we forget what it means to be a kid. We forget our
Yeah.
childhood." And it's really hard to deal with peer pressure when you're in middle school, high school, when you're in the
So
fourth
true.
grade. And so instead of saying, or you're just going to be a follower, oh, just because, okay, so your friends are calling this girl names and that's what you do? You didn't stand up? You just
Yeah.
stood there? Well, this is what happens. You want to be seen as a follower, or you know what? You're going to just after all I've done to raise you, you're going to embarrass the family by saying by singing racist stuff like that. Like you should be like you're in trouble. Give me your phone. You lost your phone for a week. This is unacceptable.
Right.
Right? When you parent that way, you're not creating emotional safety. You're not emotion coaching them. So validation and empathy is really the key that unlocks all human beings. Seeing the world as they see it and validating, help them see, like, and I can see how you could have done that. And I don't judge you and
Right.
I don't judge you. I love you. And I want to coach you through that. So the next time that happens, you're in a better place to make a good choice.
Yeah. Maybe bringing up a story from your own childhood. One time I did
Mhm.
this, blah, blah, blah. And this is how it happened, how it
That can be
turned out.
very, very empathetic and validation. Parents are teachers and every home's a school. So guys, when your kid or teen lies to you, plays dumb, denies the truth, or won't accept the responsibility, now you have more tools for your toolbox. Thank you so much for letting Jordan and I be a part of your family's life. Stay strong, be close, and teach wisdom.